All right, Burning Rubber Radio and TV fans, we've got a treat for you today. You're not going to believe what we have. Look back here. That's Mr. Ray Godsey in his 1983 Dirt Late Model Wedge. He's going to be turning some laps here, and that car is going to the National Dirt Hall of Fame down in Florence. We're going to catch up with him, talk to him later, but most importantly, we're going to see that legend in that seat turning laps here at Brownstown Speedway today. Catch y'all later. All right, Burning Rubber Radio and TV fans, look who this is, Mr. Ray Godsey. You guys remember him? I sure do. All right, Ray, what you got sitting here behind you?
Well, this is a 1983 Rayburn Wedge car.
1983 Rayburn Wedge.
1983 Wedge car that we raced like 29 years ago, if I'm right with my figures.
If you're right with your figures. What kind of races? What'd you win in this thing? I heard this was a big year for you.
This was a good year for my whole family, myself and my wife and kids. We won the All-Stars in 81, and we didn't run it in 82, and we came back in 83 with this car, and we won 7 All-Star features out of 21, and ended up winning the total points for that year, which is pretty good little prize money. $10,000 in 1983 was a lot of money.
That was a lot of money in 1983.
50 cents a gallon, man.
10,000 went a long way, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
You know, speaking of that, kind of give our viewers a rundown on the differences between this car, horsepower-wise, and the cars in the current Dirt Late Model crop.
This car here in 83, we ran about 600 horse. A lot of cubic inch, like 430, but they run more cubic inch than that now. And the horsepower is way up there. It's like 850, 900 horse.
There's a little difference in the tire choices nowadays versus back then,
yeah.
isn't there?
Back then, we could run a 105-inch right rear tire, and now you got to run a 92, which is a left rear tire for this car.
Which was sprint size tires for today.
Yeah.
Now, had some issues today. We're going to come back with you when you get the bugs worked out of the car.
Yeah, we had a little vibration. We can't find it. We think it's in the rear end, but we don't know for sure. But we're not going to take a chance on the drive shaft flying out of it and tearing up a bunch of stuff.
It's too pretty to tear up.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
too good a car.
Why is it so important not to tear this car up? Where's it going, Ray?
It's going in the Hall of Fame in Florence, Kentucky.
All right, Burning Rubber Radio and TV fans, we got Mr. Godsey here, who we just talked to, and over here is his son, Steven, who is a current late model racer here at Brownstown Speedway. Steven, this car that's going to the National Dirt Hall of Fame, there's a lot of history behind that in your family. What's that history mean to you?
Oh, quite a bit. You know, it's an honor for me, for him to be into the Hall of Fame. So last year he got to talking to me a little bit, and you know, we get caught up in our lives and just don't listen sometimes. He told me he'd like to find this car, and it really it didn't dawn on me at the time. You know, I was just caught up in what I was doing and didn't think much about it. So when the season was over and I was sitting around, and I was like, it'd be really cool if I could find that car. And I got lucky and I found it, and I took it and gave it to him on his birthday. And when I took it out to his house, he was giving me a hard time. He said, "What in the world have you brought home now?" I said, "That's your new race car, Dad. Just be proud of it." So that's what I did. You know, I surprised him on his birthday, and it was a big deal for me and him.
He ain't gonna say what birthday is.
Yeah, well, we don't have to get into that. But no, it's a big deal for me, for him to be in the Hall of Fame, and I wanted to do something for him. You know, and it wasn't just me. A lot of the other family helped, and a lot of friends helped. There was a lot of effort by a lot of people put into this car. So it's not just a one-sided thing. It's a lot of family and a lot of friends. Friends of his for years come in and donated a lot of time and money, and it was a group effort. But
you want to take a minute and run through and give a shout out to those guys that helped you out? You'd forget people?
I won't forget anybody.
We'll let him do it.
Okay.
Dave
Go ahead and keep
Egan,
in there, Steve.
Steven and Dave Egan, Lauren Gould, which we call Bub, myself, and 5 or 6 of my family members.
Members.
I'll get it right in a minute. And Trent did the lettering job, and a guy came from Masterbuilt. Brad Irvin, he did the interior. Stephen and them done most of the body, and our daughter even helped on. We got 5, my wife and I, we got 5 kids, and 4 boys and 1 girl, and they all helped. One of them couldn't help because he wasn't around, but he would have helped if he'd been around.
So it's totally family
it's a family
effort.
deal, and friends, family and friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. Anything else you want to add?
I just want to definitely thank Trent for the effort. This is a lost art right here.
Yeah.
What he did on this car.
He hand lettered this thing.
I don't know too many people that can do that, and he hadn't done it for years, and he was so I just want to thank Trent and Travis Kern and everybody that helped.
Here we are, Burning Rubber Radio TV fans. We're back with Mr. Ray Godsey, and I believe that man over there is Trent Knifeless, Raceaholic Racewear. You know, guy that makes me look halfway good in front of the camera, if that can be done. Anyway, Trent, as Ray told you earlier, hand lettered this whole car. Hadn't done it in a long time. Looks pretty awesome. You guys check the pictures and the video out. Ray, I hear you got some stories about Mr. Trent over here.
1 or 2.
I heard he gave you a shirt.
He gave me a shirt, and you'll never believe what it said on it.
What'd it say?
The older I get, the better I was. I don't know how you come up with that, but guess what? I wear the t-shirt.
You still got the t-shirt?
I still got it. Don't bother me at all.
Now I hear there's you had to help him out, kind of teach him how racetrack etiquette on winning heat races.
I don't. You don't remember that? Well, he'll have to refresh my memory.
What was up with that, Trent?
Well,
I know.
Now you remember.
Uh-oh.
I think it was probably my first heat race win in a super stock at Florence Speedway, and I guess I was pretty proud of it.
I thought his arm fell off.
Yeah. I guess I had my arm out the window doing a little celebrating across the line or something. I know the next morning it was bright and early. Of course, Ray's always up bright and early. But my phone started ringing, and he was looking for Steve Barnett. He asked if Steve Barnett was there, and I didn't know what he meant until he told me to keep my freaking arm inside the car.
Trent, you spent a lot of hours hand lettering this car. What's it mean to you knowing the history with Ray and the history of this car and where this car is going?
I'm just proud to be a part of it. And Ray's a childhood hero of mine, and I got tons of respect for him. I want to see him get more recognition for what he did in his career, and I was glad to be a part of it. Glad they asked me to do it.
Very good. Anything you want to say to Ray?
I'm proud of you. You're one of my childhood heroes, and I'm glad to see this thing going in the Hall of Fame.
All right, there you have it, Mr. Trent Knifeless from Raceaholic Racewear. Ray was pretty easy on him there.
Yeah.
Told some other stories,
I've known him since he was this high.
Yeah, my dad used to letter his cars.
Yeah, his
back.
dad lettered my cars before he did, so.
It just seems like everywhere I turn today, there's just history surrounding you, Ray.
Man. Well, I started racing a long time ago. I started racing in 63, matter of fact. How long ago was that? 40 years?
I do radio and TV, not math, Ray. All right, guys, we're going to back out of here. We're going to come back on June 4th, I believe I was told, and we're going to watch Ray really get into it in this car before it goes down to the National Dirt Hall of Fame. So once again, Ray, thank you for letting us in and doing this today. I really appreciate it. Trent, I want to thank you for everything that you and Raceaholic Racewear is doing for Burning Rubber Radio and TV. I really appreciate it, man.
Proud to be a part of it.
All right, we'll check you guys all out later.